promoting peace, and people that brought war still continue to. This is wrong, and we were not set as citizens of this country. I was in opposition before. I faced this thing before, and then of course I'm in opposition. We'll put check to that.
Wow. And these things happen in the wake of these turbulent times. You know, the economic hardship is very high, and there were people that you may have placed on payroll and so forth here and there, but these are Liberians. In the wake of all of these hardships, they have been taking off jobs, and some of them could be angered by that and take matters into their own hands. And you are a man of peace, and if they did support you and they are suffering because they are associated with you, people have been taking up tenure positions. Whoever associated with you, either directly or indirectly, they have been taking up jobs. These things could anger people and they could take matters in their own hands. What say you to
Maybe
this? Yeah.
maybe the international community that were reminding us to make sure that we don't break the rules and regulations. They are still there, and we have to respect the laws of the republic. That's what we did. When I was in power, when they tell me that no, this is a tenure position, you cannot move the person until the tenure expire. So be it. That's the law. We can break the law. So I hope that the government.
Testing the mic. Testing the mic. That's if I want to. That's if I want to.
You able to control the whole thing from down there? No, I wonder you on your phone, use your phone. I wonder you to take that begin from the put it begin on the screen and you take me off. The person in the main studio, put the main studio on, I'm hearing him. And you take me off, yeah, you put me in the background. You put me on the screen, you know, Chris, you left me like that and left. So I got Mona, take me off the screen, yeah. Then you play what it called. Hello, Chris? 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 Take me off. Take me off, Chris. Take me off screen. Oh, I'm seeing myself here. I'm seeing myself there.
you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the Republic. I even worked with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. You understand? So I don't have a issue of keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful. But we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate or people and we just sit. That would never happen. You know, we in opposition. Ellen Johnson, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, let me give her the respect because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagreed and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, you know, we have the right to protest and we protest. We went to Ellen and she understood that. She came on the table and we talked. You understand? They respecting leaders that are traveling and you refuse for them to use the laws that they build and Liberians sit down there and say, yeah, it's right. No, it's not right. If the Bwaka man, he was not even president and we gave him a VIP all the time he's traveling. What he's doing is wrong and you need to wake up. Those things are wrong. Those things are wrong.
I always talk about being peaceful, and for us to be in harmony is important. But protesting, we will give the protester the opportunity to protest, to let the government know why are they protesting. So I think they have an opportunity to protest, to hear from the government. We never stop protest. We encourage it and even allow the protester to voice out their view. I think it's important. We in a country that believes in democracy and believe in the rule of law and believe in people's rights. So we went through that throughout the 6 years. You know, we never stopped people from protesting. And I'm sure the government is prepared to handle the protest, you know, without violence. One of my advice to government, the government saw what we did when protesters came out. So, I mean, it was our regiment. So then also have to make sure that the protesters come out and go back home safe and allow them to protest to let them know why are they protesting. It's my country and I just want to see Liberia prosper. So I always advise people not to be violent. But again, in a democratic society, we have the responsibility to make sure that our people voice out without hindrance, without any casualties. So if they want to protest, I think the government have a responsibility to make sure that they protest peacefully and then go back to their homes and at least they will speak to government will hear them. When I came to the leadership, the first day I worked, LU, the UL they protested. And I didn't know what they were protesting for. I had to call them to my office for them to explain to me why they were protesting. They told me that they protested because they wanted to register and the registration was giving them a hard time, so they needed a digital registration. So I was informed and I did that. I did that right away. So it's the only way that the government can hear them. Then they got to get out there to tell the government why they are protesting. So government will hear them and do the things they wanted to do. So I don't think anyone should die for voicing out their opinion or letting government know that we want this. So they should protect them. And even if they have a way that they can like we did, they can do it. But again, the government have a responsibility to allow people to protest. You know, protesting is part of the democratic tendency. You know, so we all will be watching. You know, to see why are they protesting for, and then government will take think about it and then do what they want government to do. Well, I hope so. I must commend the police, and the entire security apparatus. They did very well during our time because they take instruction when you get to the protester. Make sure that help them if they thirsty or they're hungry, give them food. Then we were prepared for that. So I hope the government prepared to feed them and give them food and then listen to them. What I believe that you know that we're trying to recalibrate, and we've been in the struggle for we're going through almost 20 years now, and more than 20 years we can say, and all we did in Liberia, all we wanted is for our people to be happy and to develop our country. So the Liberia is what we have, and, go out there and speak to it's the government responsibility to listen to you. Like I said, we did. I don't need to coach anybody because the president of the Republic of Liberia, Waka, is a very clever man, and he knows exactly how to run a country. So I don't need to advise him. He know what to do. So I hope that he do that in a very way that he will succeed. Thank you. I will give the protester the opportunity to protest, to let the government know why are they protesting. So I think they have an opportunity to protest, to hear from the government. We never stop protest. We encourage it and even allow the protester to voice out their view. I think it's important. We're in a country that believes in democracy and believe in the rule of law and believe in people's rights. So we went through that throughout the 6 years. We never stopped people from protesting. And I'm sure the government is prepared to handle the protest, without violence. One of my advice to government, the government saw what we did when protesters came out. So, I mean, it was our regiment. So then also have to make sure that the protesters come out and go back home safe and allow them to protest, to let them know why are they protesting. It's my country and I just want to see Liberia prosper. So I always advise people not to be violent. But again, in a democratic society, we have the responsibility to make sure that our people voice out without hindrance, without any casualties. So if they want to protest, I think the government have a responsibility to make sure that they protest peacefully and then go back to their homes, and at least they will speak to government will hear them. When I came to the leadership, the first day I worked, LU, the UL they protested, and I didn't know what they were protesting for. I had to call them to my office for them to explain to me why they were protesting. They told me that they protested because they wanted to register, and the registration was giving them a hard time, so they needed a digital registration. So I was informed, and I did that. I did that right away. So it's the only way that the government can hear them. Then they got to get out there to tell the government why they are protesting, so government will hear them and do the things they want them to do. So I don't think anyone should die for voicing out their opinion or letting government know that we want this. So they should protect them, and even if they have a way that they can like we did, they can do it. But again, the government have a responsibility to allow people to protest. Protesting is part of the democratic attendance. So we all will be watching, to see why are they protesting for, and then government will take the thing about it, and then do what they want government to do. Well, I hope so. I must commend the police, and the entire security apparatus, they did very well during our time because they take instruction. When you get to the protester, make sure that help them if they thirsty or they're hungry, give them food. Then we were prepared for that.
And so let me say good evening to all of you wherever you are. It's great joining us tonight right here. And it's quite a fascinating night indeed it is. And we are very grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here beaming with life and that of good health. And I'm outside of Liberia, and like I told you people on my Facebook post, I had to rush my way over here in Ghana and to meet with the former president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador George Manneh Weah. He's the political leader of the Congress for Democratic Change. And we are very much happy that we are right here together again tonight. And a lot of issues are happening in the country while he's dealing with other international and local matters as well. On his trips out of the country, we thought why it is true that he yet to come back. And anytime soon, we thought to have just run our way here. As a matter of fact, for the first time, let me just inform you, and level upgraded. I was able to fly on business class, and it was quite fantastic. Being served the best way you can. This is a country that we got for ourselves, and God will always take us up there. And so I'm very much grateful to all of you, and for your support, your prayers, and everything that we are enjoying together. So, and we're right here together on this very day, doing everything we can, and very excited about our country, excited about everything relating to our country. So, my students, if you are getting me very loud and clear, like I would normally ask for your reception and report in classroom, you can just indicate, yes, you are clear. And as you have joined this class here tonight, and you can just tell us that we are very, very clear. And for those of you who are there and playing the cash giveaway, you can continue playing tonight. Newton Topa is there. He will be able to do the rest of it and make sure that he does the draws and everything there. Newton Topa will be able to handle that. So you can do the cash giveaway *799 *24 hash. Is what it is. *799 *24 hash is what it is. So my students are telling me that it is very much clear. Now I am very, 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 very clear. And Agatha is also saying same, and I'm seeing the Queen also saying the same. And I think fantastic students and Mela and so forth. So tonight, very, very shortly, a lot of things are happening in the country back home. And we are very happy that we are here to do what we normally would do for our country. Many of you may not understand what this country is all about. This country is about liberty, it's about freedom, it's about justice. This is why we left for honor our forefathers, our three masters, our slave masters. We decided to now say, look, we need a justice, we need a freedom, we need a liberty. So we needed to move on our own. Because why? We felt that indeed the way they were treating us, it was not fair. Now, the issue about fairness and justice are two different things. So we thought to understand it that way, to say, look, we are coming together to see to it that we can build our own brand and make sure that indeed we are okay and ready to move on as a people. That's why we came back to Liberia. So we said the love of our liberty brought us here, the love of freedom. And that freedom is also enshrined in the Liberian Constitution. In Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution, it tells us squarely that we can make our leaders, at any given point in time, we can walk up to them without their consent to tell them how we feel about them. That is what Article 17 says. It does not tell that the government has to approve our going out to tell them how we feel about them. It's about us. We can petition them. We have that power, and all power is inherent in us, and that is enshrined straight into what you would term as one of the preeminent columns of the Liberian Constitution. So we are very much excited that we are here. Tonight, we're going to be gracefully and honor privilege. And I have some short moment with the former president, the political leader of the Congress for Democratic Change. He's right here in Ghana, and so we thought to have come to just have a brief moment with him and to speak to issues of national concerns. Remember, he just traveled recently to Italy. From Italy, he went on to France, and where he was part of the great team of football gala, right there in Paris, France. And where he went, the area he got his first and would have been second Ballon d'Or in Paris, France. He was able to go and present it to the winner of the trophy. And so we are very much grateful to the Almighty God that he's back and making his way back. But again, he has to make some stops over, meet with people, all in the interest of Liberia. That's all focused towards. Every stop he makes, every move he makes, is all about Liberia, and Liberia is right on his mind. What's happening in the nation's capital is very shameful. It's very disgraceful. It's very distasteful. And we think for sure someone has to speak. And folks are speaking. Liberians are rising up. They are speaking to the occasion as to the embarrassment he has caused this country for nearly 2 weeks running now. That indeed we are going to nearly a month. It will be quite a challenging moment for our country. This is not what our forefathers fought for. This is not what indeed we went to war and killed over 250,000 people for. This is not the moment that we wanted. And we are now being faced with it. Did we create it ourselves? Yes. Can we curb it ourselves? Yes, we can. How do we go about it? It's left with you and myself to sit, to know exactly how we can go about it. And so we are very grateful. And we are right here tonight, sharing with you what matters truly to our country. And we are going to do everything. And okay, so we are going to do almost everything to see to it that it works for the good of the country. But I'm saying right here, and we think for sure we are certainly getting there, and we will all certainly overall prevail. And many of you out there, I will still let the recession report from you because Newton, I hope you can raise the volume of the radio because others are saying that the volume is low. I don't know who's facing that challenge. So let's see whether we can get someone says the radio volume is low. So we can please try to make sure that it is up and running because we need to get it very much up and running. And we need to get it running. So this is it, right here on the very die. And so we are grateful to Almighty God that we are going to work it up. Yeah, the best way we can. Let me see whether I can connect with you guys through this. Yeah, and we'll get there. Don't worry. All right. Okay. I hope you are getting it. Yeah, I know where the problem came from. I just got to know it. All right. So you are getting us now. I hope you are getting us very good. Yeah, so that we can set it up ourselves together. We can make it to work. I hope you are getting us now. You should be able to get us. Yeah, you should be able to get us. Please give us the reception report because any moment from now, we'll be welcoming our guest. Right here with us, we want to know that the sound is very clear before he comes in. Yeah, we want to know the sound is clear before he comes in. So please, 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 make sure that you tell us whether you're getting us very, very clear. And all right. So please confirm this too, because the guys are saying that it's okay. Yeah, follow for the page. Let's see what happens. Okay now. So, at least you people are getting us now. I think it's very much okay now. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, all of you say it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much. All right, so we will soon start. And okay, the sound is very clear. I'm hearing from Blessing. The sound is very clear. And others are saying that the sound is okay. And I'm getting these reports from you people that the sound is okay. And those of you in radio land, and if you can confer with me and check with me to see if we have the sound very okay. And Jerry Matali is saying that the sound is very, very clear. Jerry is saying that the sound is clear. And others are saying that Baron, the rest of the other folks, they are saying that the sound is okay. And we're hoping that we can have it done the best way we can. And yeah, and, no, not too low. And, so that's distraction, and we try to get there. Yeah, the sound is okay from all of you out there. The sound is okay. So we are still working up the best way that we can. All right. So let us set it up the best way we can, and make sure that indeed the issues related to our country, we can all discuss it in good faith. It's very good for us as a people to know exactly that we are going on as a nation, and then things that we ought to do to push each other forward. We are not doing it, but rather we are keeping each other backward. And there's nothing good about that. We should be able to do everything we can for the sake of our country. And we are going to work it up together, because we should work it up together, because it's very important for all of us. So very, very shortly, we're going to about, very shortly, I will call my producer here, and our temporary producer, Civil Cars tomorrow, to usher in our guests. Yeah. So you will usher in our guests, and we'll get our guests seated pretty tight so that we can have this conversation here tonight. Because everyone else willing to listen, waiting to listen, and he's just going to spend brief time with us, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, at most 20 minutes. He's just going to spend it with us, speak briefly on some issues, and then we think we can let him go and attend to other matters he's attending to as we speak. All right, so we are getting there. And no matter what the circumstances are, we will certainly get there together. So we will. We will overall prevail, and we will certainly get there together. So we are going to make it to work for the sake of our country. Nothing can change us. Nothing can delay us. And nothing will be able to stop us from doing what we do best for our country. So it's okay now. Abba John says that, and others are saying same. So we are certainly getting there, and we will get there, no matter what the circumstances are, as I'm talking to you right here from Accra, Ghana. So we're going to be talking about the president very, very shortly. The former president. I know Joseph Boga hates me telling him president. Okay. So the former president, very shortly. Well, I told you people to excuse me for that, because I will always call him president. Once a president, always a president. Right? So we can now start up with him, and very briefly we'll be with him so he can come in, so that we can see him right here by us. It's quite a fantastic time that we're going to share together. You know, God is wonderful, and God loves good. God doesn't love bad. But God has his own way of doing things for mankind. And we are all grateful to the Almighty God that he will continue to do it for us, with us. In everything that we do, God is going to guide us in every step of the way. So we are very happy and excited that we are here. So we are going to have with us very, very shortly, very, 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 very shortly, and the former president of the Republic of Liberia. And we hope and pray that all goes well. With a brief moment you will spend with us, then we can continue the conversation here tonight on this day. So we are forever grateful, and here on this day, trying to create space for our guest, our special guest, who's our special guest, who's coming in very, very shortly. So our special guest is going to come in now, very shortly, and we're going to see him on screen. All right, so let us now welcome our special guest here tonight. And what is it, Mr. President? Yeah, that's everything. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, great to have you. Yeah, great to have you. Yeah. How's everything with you?
I'm okay.
Okay, good to see you. That's good. Great to see you this night. Yeah, I know you surprised me in Ghana.
Big surprise.
Yeah, and you didn't think.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. President. All right.
I know Carrasco got involved.
Yeah, Carrasco has to be involved in seeing to it I'm here. Bushu, Carrasco, Pepsi, the rest of the other guys. I was in touch with them, and I needed to locate you because things back home in our country, why it is true that you're attending to other international calls and so forth here and there, things back home in our country now, okay, and you have your own pending date to return home, but I just thought to come ahead of time, ahead of your return, to just ask a couple of questions, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of your time will be enough for us to just understand some things. And I hope you want to give us that time. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mr. President. All right, let's first start up with what Liberians saw you doing. It's no strange terrain that you were in, especially you were in Italy. From Italy issue was about too much on our autographs. It was just flooding all on Facebook, people trooping in for you to have signatures on whatever they could have as souvenirs that they will keep in memory of you for your effort you exerted in the footballing world. That we saw, and then lately, we now saw you on the world stage again in Paris, France, where you played most of your football and, of course, won the very trophy and award you want to present. Well, Liberians back home were watching you, Mr. President. And how will you describe getting back to France and presenting an award you once won?
First of all, let me say good evening to my family back home and our supporters and fellow Liberians. And good evening. So, like I said, I went to France, and I felt good. I felt good. I was excited. I was back in France, most especially in Paris. Because France got different, but in Paris, where I played, and of course, everything's okay. Old friends, and I visited where I used to live, and I moved around, and I was appreciated because most especially I was on the Champs-Elysees. Okay. I was surprised.
What is that? Champs-Elysees?
It's the boulevard.
Oh, okay.
And the Lac de Triomphe. Okay. So that you'll be surprised. I could not even walk. So everyone, oh, Mr. Weah, yeah, autograph. So I was happy, that even visitors that came to France, where it was a fashion weekend, and a lot of photos, sitting there, people wanted me to sign. And, I was grateful, to God that I could come back to my old city, and everybody was excited to see me. Glory be to God.
Okay, that's good, great. So let's go to the Faithful Award. And there were a lot of controversies, which of course you were down and proud with it about the presentation of that award. But I remembered in Italy there was an interview that you granted, and they questioned about the award because it's about football. And you did say in that interview, if I got you right, that your favorite player that you think will be best favorite to have won the Ballon d'Or will be Vinicius of Real Madrid. But on the Faithful night, you were presenting an award to a person that you did not in any way envisage. How did you feel?
What every time you ask me a question, you say how I feel. But the way I felt, we all have our responsibility, and we support different players. And the Ballon d'Or, I'm now one of those judges.
Okay.
And I was just invited to present the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
But at the same time, I watched sports. I watch soccer. You know, and when I was asked during the Gazzetta program
in Italy.
yeah, and I said I believe that Vinicius was the person suited to win the Ballon d'Or. But the fact that my opinion, and I believe that he was the best choice because I watched him play. You understand? And but that was it was an opinion. You understand? And then when we go to the actual Ballon d'Or, when you see the list of of things that was on the table why people win Ballon d'Or, then I guess the judges they give it to another person. So anyone will be surprised. Everybody was surprised, but those that were surprised are those that were supporting Vinicius. You know, so I have a responsibility to give the Ballon d'Or to the winner.
Okay.
So when they hand me that envelope, even though in my mind, because I saw Vinicius play, I believe that he was the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know that Rodri was also a contender. You know what I'm saying? Was a contender, but capable to win the Ballon d'Or. Okay. Everybody know. I've not seen Rodri play for Man City. Okay. You know, I watched Real Madrid because around me, Barcelona and Real Madrid people are around me. So, but we didn't look on the other side. You know, like when I was watching British soccer, I was supporting Ireland. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, but then when everything was handed to me, I had to read it. And of course, it's Rodri. He deserved it, you know, because he won a European Championship. You know, Manchester won. You know, and Vinicius won, of course, the Champions League. Yeah. But again, the Copa America, the team did not go far. So there's a lot of different opinion. Okay. So I mean, he's capable of winning Ballon d'Or. He's just got to continue to play. You know, you have the capacity, you have the strength, the quality to win the Ballon d'Or. You just got to be consistent and continue. It passed now. The guy won. It's over.
But Vinicius, one thing that happened, not only him but his entire team did not show up at that gala. You being a former footballer yourself, what do you think it really means for the footballing world, for them to look at it and say, look, we're not going to attend to a program in which we are not declared winner?
Well, it's a difficult thing, you know, but just that sometimes you make a decision that you think is good for you, you know. Let me give you one example. You know, I was just winning the second Ballon d'Or. Okay. One, they stripped the Ballon d'Or from me to give it to somebody. Okay. Because of my behavior after the game in Porto.
You mean 1996 Ballon d'Or you were about to win?
Yeah, in Porto, you know what I'm saying? And I decided that I'm not going to the program because I want to be second anyway. So I'm not going to the program. But you see, the other opinion, people call me and say, you know, you have to attend because it's important. And I could have said no, you know, but I knew my worth. I knew that I was the actual winner. But at the end of the day, you know, I said I'm not going. But they convinced me, you know, for sports, you know, this game is a family game, you know. So I had to respect the other people. So and they sent me a private jet, and even though I said I'm not going, they sent a private jet. I got on the flight, and I went to the program. When I got there was standing ovation. You know, wanted to know that somebody else was winning the Ballon d'Or, and I came second, but I won most disciplined player. You know, so I was surprised why I would win a trophy of most disciplined player when they take a Ballon d'Or from me because of indisciplined action. So, you know, conflict, but again, that's the game. Decision is taken, okay, and we move on. You know, we move on. But I went there because I thought that a lot of people would be there. People that love me too would be there. So I didn't want to disappoint those people. So I went there. Okay. I went there and I was okay.
That's good.
Took my second place and then I left. I went back.
That's fantastic. That's very fantastic. And looking at where we are living from there, so what level of worry? Because others are listening, and of course, following here and there. What worry do you have for Venetians? Looking at him.
No, I think he's young. He's a young man. He's a young man. He's a good player. You know, all you have to do is to remain focused and then continue to play well. And one day you'll win the Ballon d'Or. If you know you want to win the Ballon d'Or, and you have to continue to play well. And make sure you watch around him, you know, because there's a lot of controversy. People provoke people in the game and what have you. So those things take all the attention from you. So you have to focus on playing and continue to play. It's a great player.
Thanks, Mr. President. So let's transition a bit now from football or from sports to politics. And while you are away, first of all, before we go on, are you following developments back home?
Yes, I do. And I'm following, of course. I'm the leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change. I have no choice but to continue to monitor the party and.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. But people wonder, even during your presidency and so forth, following development, but why is it you are always somebody who had to speak? People had to hear you out, especially in this kind of way. You're very hard to speak. Why? Why you don't just speak for it? To just issues. People say, oh yeah, we are not talking over. You're not talking over. People want to hear you talk, but you don't just talk.
Ebi, we are not talking. We are not talking. I thought everybody have a responsibility. We're in an organization. We have a responsibility. So the time for everybody to talk. We're all working people in CDC. You got the secretary, you got the chairman, you got the caucus chair, you got everybody. Why everybody waiting for me to talk? You understand? Look, I speak on issues that's cardinal. You understand? And we got deputies that run the day-to-day of the party, and we got our committees set up, and disciplinary committee and all that. And of course, when the time comes for me to play my part, I speak. I'm the leader. Imagine every day I'm talking. You know, it doesn't make sense. So I have a responsibility as a leader. You know, my responsibility is not just to talk everything and every day. You understand? Yeah, I put a structure in place, and of course we have norms in the party, and we follow the norms.
Okay, yeah, I'm asking this question because following developments back home, your party currently is at the point of losing a seat you won prior, let me say, just immediately following the election. You may have lost the presidency, but the legislative seat, in terms of the leadership in the legislature, the CDC had that. And currently, as we speak, there is a battle on ground. 43 of the speaker's members are saying they wouldn't sit on his gavel. What that surprises many, and about this action, is that you have 11 members of your party ticket who are there. Most importantly and scarily is the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, the number 2 man, who's there. Lately, he had to join that team, and they are fighting for the removal of the speaker, J. Fonati Kofa. What say you about that?
I mean, it's unfortunate, baby. It's unfortunate that people that we grown, people that we have confidence in, we want to sabotage the speaker. It's wrong. I don't think it's a good thing. It's wrong. You know, and, what I can say, we have to, you know, go back to go back on our table, go to our meetings, and let people know that this is wrong. There's no way we cannot be on the record of our own people trying to put our speaker out of the parliament. This is wrong. You know, and those that are involved, I can only ask them to come back to Status quo.
You call that sabotage. What do you mean sabotage? Is it sabotaging the CDC or sabotaging themselves, the people involved, especially the deputy speaker?
Sabotaging the CDC and also sabotaging themselves, because they putting themselves in a position where they were loved because of CDC and they were voted for, and now they're going against the party for the speaker to be removed. Any supporter can be angry. So they're putting themselves in a position where people will dislike them. It's not a good thing. No matter what happens, we need to go to a meeting and speak. Flatty is the speaker. And Honorable Father is the deputy speaker. Before we reach to this point, what we discuss, who's going to be the speaker and who will not be the speaker, who will be the deputy speaker, and who will be the caucus chair. So if we have any issues, any reservation, we'll go back to the table and discuss it. So I don't know I don't know the reason though, but I think what happened is wrong, and those that's fighting with the speaker, like us, I think we're doing the right thing, and those that are fighting against the speaker, they're doing the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing.
What punitive action Manneh would think about at this time? Because if you are engaged and with these folks for them to go back, you are calling on them, they are not going back. The partisans are angry today, and I was hearing from the House following developments back home. There were protests staged where they were calling these people to go back. The Supreme Court has said that they should go back under the gavel and then go to a court due process. And in the wake of that, today T5 was calling on people who stood against the removal of Speaker Kofa, naming them to appear before their block so that they will penalize them. All those people named that T5 were calling, they were all citizens who were fighting like you for the wrong thing to make sure that the speaker is
maybe you are a lawyer, and why are they fighting people that don't agree that the speaker should be removed? Why are they fighting them? Why are they threatening them? No one should be threatening them. Because they have their own opinion of the speaker being the speaker. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you chose a side doesn't mean that everybody go with you. It's a political party. And everyone have the same values and strength in the parliament. Not because you're a deputy speaker, you believe that when you say something, everybody should follow you. No, it's wrong. So those that believe that the speaker should not be removed, I think is a stand as the best thing to do, because we're going to support them. We want to make sure that the speaker stays. It's important for us, for our party. I listened to the deputy speaker today. I think he doesn't realize that he was in the parliament saying that, because for him to preserve, that means the honor that circumstances. I think he need to go back. He need to take everybody and go back. Because it's a constitutional matter. So matter. So what he need to do to encourage his people that want to remove the speaker and go to the actual parliament. The parliament cannot be divided. Because under his gavel is unconstitutional. Flanty is the speaker, and when Flanty having a section, the least he can do, if he believe that he has power, take his people there and let them do it on the gavel of Flanty Kofa. Then they have the strength to even remove him on his gavel if they have the strength. But to separate the house, it doesn't make sense. So I think whatever it is, they need to go back and sit down, and all of the things that are going on, everyone accusing who responsible, all these things that people got to move on, and the parliament has a responsibility to make sure that the country move on. So they need to go back. They start to go anti and do what they need to do. But I can guarantee you, Honorable Flanty Kofa is not just a friend, he's a brother. I encourage him to join CDC, and I support him 110%. I don't get into the politics, but I support Flanty. So I ask good lawmakers to join us to make sure that we solve our problem, not in that way to put the speaker.
To be the speaker. What will you now say to your critics, especially the Unity Party came up and through the information minister, they said that it is the CDC folks who are trying to remove Fonatikofa and not the Unity Party. And others are even carrying it as far as saying that, look, you, President Weah.
Yeah. We need to stop.
Okay.
Boga can lie. The government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie.
Okay.
You know, they put a hustler, they put a hustler, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth. How can George Weah, you know what I'm saying? How can George Weah, if you know I'm from, maybe I'm not someone that envy people. I don't envy people, especially people that I help to reach as far as they all reach. You know what I'm saying? I use my effort to elect Francis Kofa. Why would it benefit me to coerce with people and remove Francis? Why? It doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So all people are playing games. You understand? You know, they play games. You already show to the world, the entire world, that you coercing people, giving them money to remove speaker, and it's corruption. So let us talk about what they're doing is wrong, and who try to move. I try to move. I cannot be the president of movement. Francis is my speaker. When I told Thomas Father that our rules, and he know there's a doctrine. He grew up in the system. There's a kid who took from the playing field we brought. We take a system that is succession, CDC. We don't take our leaders and put other. No, it's when another leader there, you deputy, after that person you go, you in line. And that's our policy, that's our regimen. And you understand? And when he said that he wanted to be speaker, I told him no, Flanty Bova was speaker, Flanty was deputy speaker. Now we hear Flanty is going as a speaker, you're going as a deputy. Okay. And after Flanty, you will go somewhere. So that's it, we discuss it and everybody agree. Because that's the way we work. You understand? That's the way we work. Because we don't want hard feelings in the party. We want everybody to know that they have a responsibility and they can rise up to all of this position. You understand? If you look at our party, you see all the children that lead us today, the Jaconi there, they grew up in the system, Janga, all of the people. So what we do in our party is to respect, you know, each other, and then follow the rules and guidelines. That if you work as a deputy with anybody, when that person, except you don't do anything out of the way, but if that person going to another level, you follow. And so I'm surprised. It's not something that I hate it. With my friend and brother Thomas Fala, I think he need to sit down, you know, by himself and realize that what he's doing is very wrong, you know. But again, his behavior is not everybody's behavior, and that's why you have all the misfeeling. Other people believe that what he's doing is wrong, okay, and then it's wrong, you know. So but I say to you, okay, Flanty, I encourage Flanty that the CDC was the best choice for him. Okay. He went to elections. He and myself met to the junction of Barclay and Saskan, okay, and I told him that we'll support you. You know, you need to come to us. Since Flanty came to us, we've been friends. We're not even friends with brothers. And Flanty knows. So if anybody want to sabotage him, it will not be George Weah. It will not be George Weah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, be somebody now. I got regards for him as a friend. Even when you're not my friend, I give him maximum respect, and we work together so many times on so many fronts. So that I have no desire to remove him for his position. He was legitimately elected.
Okay.
Yeah, people want the election elected.
But are you I see a lot of anger and I rising up against Thomas Fowler. Though others may do it, the likes of Clarence Gar and others, but what appeals most partisans and even former executives or current executives within the party is Thomas Fowler's conduct. Today, Akaros Gray, when he saw Thomas Fowler in the chambers calling for seditions, CDC lawmakers to be penalized for their action in protecting Fonati, he immediately took onto his Facebook page and said that time has come for Thomas Fowler to be expelled from the party. What say you to that?
Well, first of all, father behavior. I mean, it reached to a point where he knows that he made an error. You know, he's a saboteur. You know, he tried to sabotage the party. You know, he knows that he made an error. He can't come back. He doesn't have the face to come back. You understand? Because he doesn't even understand what he's doing. So what he needs to do is to look for these small excuses to believe that, okay, I have the power. No, you can see even when you're presiding over his people that he's talking about, even to say what you want to say, you can see that he's trouble. You know, he's trouble. So the Akaros, what I can say, you know, we believe in our rules and regulations, guidelines, and then of course, at the same time, we believe in election laws, you know, and we are a political party. Everyone that was in that position and in our party decided to leave. You know, they go through the agreement ethics committee. So something like that when it happen, we don't just go through by the shirt or by the neck and say, look, you leave. No, I mean, every supporter of those that don't understand will say, no, expect the man. But at the end of the day, we have our system put in place. We have our grievance and ethics committee that if they believe, you understand, that is inconsistent with the law, you know, of course, you have to pass through that process. Then you have to go through the grievance ethics committee. If that, you go there and answer the question why he's doing this and that. If it's not in line with what we're doing, then of course, then we form the higher body that are responsible, and then we present document, and then we expand from our party.
Okay. So what would be the first action taken at this time?
Well,
because Tifa is still acting.
Yeah,
he is still performing. He's the vice chair for operation of the party. That one pains most parties.
Yeah, but the first thing we need to do, and if that happens, is the best thing to first of all suspend him for misconduct. Okay. You understand? For sabotage. He's a saboteur.
So that's what you are recommending now. You are recommending.
If our responsible in agreement ethics committees, I will make sure that they call him to ask him some questions. And then because you can see his the footage, his own videos, his voice on the radios and what have you. So the first thing we're supposed to do is to make sure that that committee suspend him for time indefinite while they probe into the matter constitutionally. Okay. I think that the best thing is the best choice because he doesn't have a face to come back. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If not somebody that would say, I mean, yeah, I messed up. I think Jeremiah, forgive me. I don't know. So he can't come back. You can see that he's trouble.
And Mr. President, the way you're speaking about this, I know it's understood that he could go through suspension and then what that is going on. There are citizens out there who are listening, partisans, and they believe that when these things are happening, they don't. It's not about them. It's about the high level of ingratitude they think that these people are showing to you as a person, because you were with them. You made sure that you didn't stay in anyone's way. Anyone who came your way, you always help them up at the top. Now they are planning to visit these people and take other actions all by themselves against them as they are moving in the public to make sure that they take back from them what they got from them through you. Violence may likely be the order of the day.
No, no violence. I don't think so. No one has the power. Those people were elected. Tomorrow doesn't have the power to take them from the parliament. There's due process. The process is you can just take people from the parliament. I was once a parliamentarian. I work in the Senate. You understand? So they have their opinion. That the speaker must be removed, and other people have their opinion that no, the speaker must stay. So there's no war here. You understand? So but the rules and guidelines. So you cannot force people to join you. People have their own way of thinking. So I think a lot of people believe that it's wrong. What they're doing is not the right way. To see money passing around some videos and whatever. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Where do you draw in national leadership? On your leadership, we didn't hear about these kind of noise and all over the place. Money, the country is hard. Joe Boakai said he took over an economy that was practically down, broke economy, no money in the country. But we are seeing money dished out everywhere around. Where does that draw in leadership?
Again, like I said to the cabinet, we did well in our 6 years. And I want to thank our government.
Okay.
We have done well. If we didn't achieve anything, you see, people would never miss us.
Okay.
But we have done very well. We have done very well. And I would say that every day, we try to protect the image of this country. So my team did very well. So we're not there now. We're not there. What we're trying to do is to make sure that those people that in power, they don't just do anything they want to do.
Okay.
Because we have constitution. We have we cannot be going out of what the rule of law says. You understand? So I'm not in the parliament, but I wish, because I wish I were around. You understand? If our parliamentarian, it's going to be different. Like
so why have you were present?
But when I was senator, I'm the only person, even like 30%, I go against them because they're wrong.
Okay.
When I was senator, when they said that even passports will be more than $20, I stood up. Yes, I knew that the rest, the 29, they would have to, but I've always make sure that this is not the way. It's not the way. So the way what our friends doing is wrong. It's not good.
If you were president on your watch and these things happening at this time, what role you have played?
What I would call, like I'm doing now.
Okay.
Call them on phone. Most of them don't answer my phone, but I'm very happy that Father, every time I call, he answer and I tell him what I want to tell him. So we've been discussing,
okay.
And Father thinks that I don't like him. I love him. I've been with Father for more.
Has he expressed that to you to say you don't like him?
But he says he tell people, but if I didn't like Father was almost gone. I the one that, as a friend, make sure that I was close by him, I was with him, for him to be to where he is today. You know what I'm saying? So I love him, but a behavior, I can't condone it.
Okay.
So, and I'm not going to go tell somebody, tell him. I tell him what I believe and what he's doing, what is wrong.
Okay.
So I don't go, you see me, like I said, I'm an October born. I don't know how to hide. When you do something to me, I tell you. If I want to deal with you, I deal with you. If I don't want to deal with you, I let you know I'm not dealing with you. So we've been discussing this before it even came to this point. I called Tomo Farah, what I'm hearing, It's wrong. You need to desist. Oh, I don't know anything about it. Why you always accusing me? No, I'm not always accusing you. I'm always reminding you that the way you operating is wrong. Because I know. You think I don't know? I know. I've been with you for all the years. And the only reason you're doing these things is your own personal reason. So let us make sure that the party survive, because it's the people party. So what you're doing wrong, you need to stop. Oh, it's not me, you will see it, but at the end of the day, you can't have no more. Okay. You can't have no more. You can't say that, oh, it's not true. But you can see that what I approached him about a few months ago, before the whole yo-yo started. He says, how do you call it? I get ears. It's not everybody that hate Joshua in Liberia. You got people that when they hear something, they come to me. But you see me, I conceive a message from people and keep it and watch the person that we talk about. So when I see what happening, you know, well, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate that somebody that will show love to, will behave like this. I hope they understand that CDC is an opposition party now, and we need everybody else on deck. So, but it's not okay. It's not okay. You're aware what you're doing.
So looking at everything you've said, Mr. President, and I just a few questions before I take leave of you and then continue picking calls from people concerning this. And well, many of you are viewing right there. This is the former president of the Republic of Liberia. And of course, he's the political leader of the Congress for Democratic Change. And let's get back. Now, you were in a coalition. And on that coalition, there were several persons whom they have won election under the CDC, the Coalition for Democratic Change. After the election, owing to the fact that you did not win, some of the coalition has left, the PDP, they may have withdrawn, the MPP may have withdrawn. So you see, there are some component of individuals who are still bearing the CDC, but are no longer part of the Congress for Democratic Change because the coalition, they've taken themselves off and they believe they owe nothing to you. Do you still think that you still have control over such people?
No, but it's a fundamental issue where we all come together, for some reason, to have their own reason that when it's all done, some people, the coalition you're talking about, some people that left, but you have half of the group of the coalition that came, they are still with the coalition. So 2-3% left the coalition, maybe the leaders gone, the supporters stay. So this is a politics. This is not the first time. Remember 2005, when we lose the election, everybody thought that CDC was there because people left. When campaign was coming, people came back. So that's politics. People get interest, they get their interest. So it's not everybody that live in it, so let's get it right. Those that came, the coalition that came, some members left, the leaders stayed, some leaders left, the members stayed. It happened. Remember when MPP and the rest of the people left, but it's not all the MPP people that left. You had the Syrian Island, they stayed with the coalition, all of these people. So the coalition stay intact. Stay intact. Stay intact.
I'm talking about the lawmakers who won on it, but of course, like the likes of Clarence Guy, I remember they said that you tried calling him, he said he was not going to go pick your call, and other people. And of course, they have attachments.
Whether they have not made a decision yet. They stay in the coalition, and that's why we try to engage them. Until they come out and say, I'm not part of the coalition again, then we know that they're not part of the coalition. You see, so I know I had the opportunity to speak to any of them, but I've been calling them. Because it's the only reason why I'm calling them for, we are partisans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the head of the party, and I have a responsibility. Even if they don't answer my call, I will continue to call them until one of them answered my call.
Okay.
But again, I respect those our members in the parliament that even though they have their opinion, they answer my call and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, so many people they answer their call. They say, "Look, I did this because of this." You know what I'm saying? So I have to convince them and say, "You know what? Whether you're angry or not, we can get back into our meeting and say, look, this is it, and fix everything that is spoiled." You know, but most of them answer my phone, and some decide for no reason they will not answer, but just bother me. I will still be calling until we can resolve the issue of the speaker stay in a position.
Well, before I take leave of you, many think that you should be going back home in the wake of all the tensions that are going on. You shouldn't be out of the country. You should be back home, call your National Executive Committee, you'll have some immediate discussions surrounding all of this. So why you stay here?
But if you ask me why I'm staying here, if the country has a problem, the country has tension, the president can leave and go out. Why I can leave? Why I can leave? With all the tension in the country, the president can travel. Okay. So there's no rules that say that because you have issues or you got what about traveling to solve the issue? So you don't listen to people. I'm the leader of the party. I can travel because I'm the leader of CDC. So how do I function? How do I guide CDC? How do I run CDC if I can travel? The president, with all the trouble, the president can travel. Why do you not stop it not to travel? Huh? Because the country, the president, he's the president of the country. He can leave when there's trouble. Why I can't travel? You know, so I can travel anytime I want to travel, anytime I feel like, you know what I'm saying, because I have other engagement. You know, I had engagement before I joined the CDC, and I still have the engagement. You know, so it's good that I travel, is to promote CDC also, to promote my own cause, and to do the things that I need to do. I have other responsibility. I have to attend to. You know, so you know, people just say what they want to say. You know, I'm not a type that listen to what people say. People's views are their own views. You understand? People's views are their own views. You can't tell me that I can't go nowhere because I'm a former president or I stand above for the coalition of democratic change. You know, so I have the leverage to do so, to travel. One is necessary. Okay. You understand? I got friends. Remember, I was the former president. I still got friends. The president, they call me, "Mommy, I need to see you," and let's talk. You know what I'm saying? So I got friends. I visit them. And so I cannot be stopped not to travel because I'm not leader of the country anymore. No, you got a lot of young people that stay writing for school fees to help them for small businesses and what have you. That have to travel to make sure that I show a responsibility. You know, it's not only CDC people that are calling me. Even you guys on other party supporters that believe that, oh, we thought things were going to be different, but you know, forgive us, blah blah blah. I don't need to forgive anybody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has no forgiveness. They need to ask God to forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. You understand? So then we say, like the woman was saying, you know what I'm saying? Bwakara baby. No, Bwakara got responsibility to take care of the bureau now. Okay. So you're not baby, you know what I'm saying? So Bwakara told her that it was an old car park, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if the old car park, whether the muffler good now or how they call it. So we're waiting to see what will happen because just the 100 days gone, all the roads are paved, and so we see that all the road paved. So say all the road paved now, we move forward, everything will be. That is so much.
you finally worried that when the legs of T5 and the rest of the other people will leave your party will further disintegrate?
So, Ebi, you need to stop that. CDC is the people. It's not the officials. Go back to 2005 and go back to 2011. You know what I'm saying? We have people that people thought that when they leave, CDC is done. No, CDC is driven by the people. You know what I'm saying? Driven by the people. It's not officials. Everybody left the CDC. We were there. CDC was successful. And then people should be ashamed that everybody came back. CDC lost an election. But you see, 2005, everybody was there. CDC lost. The people left. But this how do you call it? CDC is the party of the people. The party of the people. You know, I show, you know, I don't want to be conceited, you know, to believe that, you know, I'm the most popular person in Liberia or the most loved person. You know what I'm saying? But I pay my dues, Ebi. I pay my dues to the Liberian people. So they'll forever love me, Ebi. Anywhere, anything I put my hand in, they will come to help because they believe that I pay my dues. You know what I'm saying? So, and most of the people in our party, I show they support CDC because of people they love in CDC and they dedicate their entire life to CDC. And the way we work in CDC, you know what I'm saying? We're not just there as a political leaders, we're there as parents that cater to people. You know, even those that believe that in power today, they stay testing. You won't believe that. For those that believe that they're not voting for you, for them to see that even the school fee can be paid and the state testing for school fee. So I call it, so what, as a father, what do you do? What do you do? You know, so I'm a father, you know, beside politics, you know, people love me and people, they expect too much from me. You understand? And I don't disappoint anybody. You got people that are not even in our party. You know, or that text me every day, you know, we talk this thing, how to call it, but at the end of the day, we move on. You know what I'm saying? We move on and then we hope for the future. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. We're trying to recalibrate. And in recalibrating, we don't need to fight. So what is going on is a fight that we don't need. Okay. So if we are responsible enough, we can sit down at the table, we adults. We can yell at each other, but we can put this back together, you know. But I think that whether we believe it or not, taking the speaker out of the parliament is the wrong thing that we all engage in. We need to stop because it's not a good thing for us. And those that are responsible, they need to come back to status quo ante, and then let us solve our issue. And CDC is a party where those that want to leave, they are our friends, they leave. We still meet on the table that we're supposed to meet. We shake hands. We in the same social club and what have you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They join different parties, we join different parties. And at the end of the day, when something happens, they run back. So we are family. We are family. We don't need to tear each other down. You know, and I'm not a saboteur. I will never sabotage anybody because I don't fight people for what they have. I work for everything that I have.
And you expect Nigerians to bear patience with government and in the wake of all these challenges?
Well, I think Nigerians have their desire, you know, and I think they need to speak to government. There's a responsibility to tell government that we need it. I was president and the requests were coming. You know, say, our salary, we want free tuition, we want this and all that. That's the people desire. And that's why they elected us. Our elected, you know what I'm saying? I show they elected Bwaka for the same reason. Because they thought that what we offered them, yeah, it was good, but it was not more. And they thought they would get more from them. And at the end of the day, they see that they got less. So they have a responsibility to continue to speak, to talk to encourage the Boga government to do everything for them. You understand? Everything for them. So you saw when we were in leadership, you saw how many protests. You understand? And of course, the protesters, they have a right, in a very calm way, go and express their desire, what they need, what they think that the government can do for them. But we are opposition, we got friends in the government, and then we're all moving on.
Thank you.
The best thing to do is to always keep the peace of the country, but keeping the peace doesn't mean that you can't voice out your
Okay, Mr. President. Thank you so much for this time. We really appreciate everything. We're hoping to see you back home. And I think it was great having this brief moment with you.
Yeah, I'm happy. So I just want to, I know you get a lot of friends out there. I just want to say again that it's an opportunity to say hi to my wife and kids.
I know.
So, Manneh Weah. Yeah, Bagara baby. Bagara baby.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right, folks. He's the former president of the Republic of Liberia. He has been right here with us in this conversation, and it's very much fantastic for all of us. And we are right here together. And so we're going to be sharing things here, and this is important for all of us to be able to understand one another in the wake of all of this. And this is it right here. I want to say thanks to Mr. President for this time that he shared with us. Israel, but we are here. We can now pick some calls and then hear from you, our many listeners. He's listening. He's gone back, but of course, and he's listening, and he appreciates you all for following him up here tonight and listening to him. And that's why he left with. But again, key amongst what he said is that he expects that the CDC will be able to suspend Thomas Fowler and then subject him to the Grievance and Ethics Committee for due process. It is the same due process that Thomas Fowler and the legs of the other people don't want to give to Fonati Kufa. But the president, the political leader, is asking that due process be given to Thomas Fowler and his likes in the wake of all that they are doing. Due process. You listen to that. It is the same due process that Thomas Fowler and his rest of the other folks are not willing to give to Fonati Kufa. They are not willing. They want to bamboozle their way through. They want to use rebel means and so forth, all of that. But this is what President Weah said. So some of you are calling for expulsion. He said, no, the party has a process. They have a procedure. But he expects that Thomas Fowler will face suspension while going through investigation. And if the Grievance and Ethics Committee can recommend to the National Executive Committee for expulsion, it will happen. But he ended up by saying, Bwaka Dana Bebe. Let's get to the lines and interact with you. Many Liberians out there. I think we are certainly getting there, and with God above all, we will certainly overall prevail, and this is where we are. Let's start picking some of your calls here tonight. But don't forget to play your cash giveaway, *799 *24#. 3,000 is what you're going to get. Israel, but we'll see, we'll be able to do the draws out there for you to get your 3,000. Israel?
Yeah. Okay, so let's take the calls. Good evening. Hello? Okay.
Yeah, evening.
Yeah, you know where you calling from?
Yeah, John I'm calling you from New Georgia this evening.
Okay, go ahead, 30 seconds.
Oh, well, first of all, I'd love to appreciate Abraham Gordon Weah, who is currently in Ghana. Thanks for having the former president, His Excellency Dr. George Weah, on this live interview this night. We'd love to appreciate you. And we respect the president, the former president a lot, and all of the expose, whatever he said to the Liberian people, we respect it a lot. But this my concern, Teacher Light. All of us should be aware that Honorable Thomas P. Fowler is one of the delegated members who served the CDC since 2005. And this Thomas Fowler guy is a guy President Weah used in Louva County who campaigned against a kinsman, President Joseph Nima Bouaka. I don't think that Honorable Fala should be called today a betrayer because of Fonadi Kofa, who has no record in CDC compared to Honorable Fala. I think the former president got to take it easy, more especially when it comes to solving this problem between Fonadi Kofa and Honorable.
All right, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Good evening.
Yeah, you know where you calling from?
That's Cindy Babe calling from Mama Point.
30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay. I send greetings to the president, but I follow him for 8 years, all the way until he want to pro his king. He told Tifa, I want to go campaign for Tifa. I got wounded. I couldn't get nothing from all those things I've been doing. So I'm waiting for him. The day he appears in Liberia, all the go are there, he'll pay me for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Larry, Winston.
Hello.
Winston?
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, go ahead, Winston.
All right. Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Winston Galvin. There are issues in the party, there are speculations, allegations of the party allegedly going against Mr. Kofa, and so many things to talk about. Mr. President, I want to urge you to return to the country. The person in Liberia is for this matter. I'm not sure, Mr. President, when you are aware this issue with Israel. You are very powerful men and well respected in the party. When you get arrived like you are a core and executive meeting, I'm very sure Thomas Fala, Deputy Speaker, and others can be going to resolve it. Thank you so much about that.
Thank you so much, Winston Blary. Let's take someone from the female line. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. What we are saying, how are you?
We're okay. I know where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Joyce Bravo calling from Conway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak to the president. Mr. President, thank you so much for everything that you just said. We heard you and we'll be peaceful. But we want to say something to Thomas Farah, and then you get a message clear. We, the women of that party, we are trying to tell Thomas Farah that he's not the one that made himself. We the one that made him. We the common people that made them. And the president just said it that we the common people that made them. If you want to leave, let them leave and leave us there. The people have barricaded us that we cannot meet with the president, we cannot speak to him because they acting like they are part of the Omega, they block us.
Okay.
And we are the common people, we don't want to have the law for this president, not them. It's not them. So we want to tell Thomas Farah and his rebel group, let them find place and say that we tired. We tired. Okay. And President, I want for you to know that we voted you. But there's a foul play went on down there. They cheated you. We know that they cheated you. So please don't get angry for Liberian people because we voted you. We voted you and we know that we voted you. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take one more person. The female line. We have done it.
Yeah, good evening, what we are saying.
Good evening. Where are you calling from?
This is my one, the proper defender.
Let's hear you 30 seconds.
Yeah, we really to AB. Let you enjoy it. Stay. I want to tell my dynamic president thank you for making it clarity because on school FM every day they say he don't want to support the Thomas Farah. So I think I want people now the more measure and stay on Thomas Farah. We don't want Thomas Farah in CDC again. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Let's take one from the diaspora. Let's see this person. Hello?
Liberia speaking.
Okay, let's
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that guy who just called, said Thomas Farah have done millions of things. My brother, if the man is a bike waiter or starving from bike, local county know where we want. Even though my sister I can see me, but local know where they want it. They have seen reality from political rhetorics. So let Thomas Farah go without begging. You can't come and do that. Tomorrow another person will do it who will forgive them. That forgiveness may brush in a bill. So that if you can't do boanyini, then you can't boanyini.
Okay.
On you need charge it to your jacket.
Hello?
You know where you calling from?
Yes, this is Gabriel Nile calling from Devin.
Quickly tell us that question.
Yes, I want to tell our dynamic president, His Excellency George Usman, thank you for the collaboration. But I want to say this to every citizen. No one is greater than CDC.
All right.
CDC is a new institution that can make people. Today, I want to start on Tomofala. Tomofala is a drill within CDC. If some of us can join the opposition, the rebel group, in the name of calling seditions, lawmakers to come to book for questioning the man is not needed in our party. We fought for the party, even during the campaign, my life on the other taking at Banana Junction. So we don't get people betrayal in our party in the name of they are great people. They want all of better government just call telling us that are going to be there immensely to CDC. They are not going to be there to anybody.
Thank you.
Everybody is going to be there.
Everybody,
so I want to say thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me take one. I'll take two on the line. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Abraham Senior calling from Buchanan.
Okay, that is okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, Tomofala is a betrayal. I know what people say in the one. You benefit more than you benefit from the party more than the party benefit from you, and that means to say that you betray the party. So the party remain constant more than Tomofala. So Tomofala, the first thing is the dual process. Then he go through what our president said. So we supposed the party from 2005 up to now. So let us go through the process later on for the suspension. We're nothing good. They escape from the party. When look at the people want good thing, to benefit to put the party 2029. They didn't want good thing, to not favor the party 2029. Then it level then. We can break somebody because of the person is bringing you continue to betray. They ever do it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's leave it right there. Thank you. Let's come to the Lone Star line. Good evening. Oh, all right. Then let me take someone from the women line. Let me take somebody from there. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Where are you calling from?
I'm Fina calling from Central Street.
Go ahead, Fina.
Tomofala made the party made Tomofala. All the common people in the party will sacrifice for the party. So Tomofala, we don't want sedition made Tomofala made the party. So there's suspension for Tomofala. They must sustain. When we not satisfied with taking all of the party, Lofi stay there for CDC. We stay standing for CDC. We know what CDC did in Lofa. So, Mano Tomofala, we're not checking it. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take one more there. Good evening.
Good evening, Bobby. How you doing?
Okay. And where you calling from?
That my female, the female on the land.
Go ahead.
This is how my President George Manneh Weah. Look, Bobby, look. President Weah is a people leader. So if you think that they will come with anger and say things to all, I will be all angry. He will not do it. You understand? But we are here. Labria and listen, he will not do that. Just after you are going angry, I told the other man that, oh, yes, indeed, the man will not go and we will take it easy. No, I said, no, the party. It's for the masses. It's not for the hurricane. It's for the masses. Someone will say death. It must be the final. And then there is for free money. But when they're outside, they will suffer for you. So I said, for the I'm not go, you might not do it, I'm not going to suffer for the house. I told it for the company, I will come out say again. So for like one person, he get our party down. So President Weah, I respect your view. Then you get your due process, but he will go. He will make sure will be behind you. President Weah and for your people, all your ears. Like they got saying, let's see how will go. Thank you.
Don't do that. Let's take somebody from the diaspora. Good evening. Hello, you know where you're calling from?
Yeah, good morning from Sir Abraham Thomas calling from Australia.
Yeah, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing. The first thing I say hi to our common president, our loving and caring president, peaceful president ever in the history of Liberia. And good morning to all of you guys in streaming. I think it's the best thing the former president said. It's good for us, for CDCN to sit down and I go through the due process. I don't think follow me any harm for the party. Let us be honest. But if the president feel that father should desist from what he doing, all of us will try and talk to father. Let father leave what he doing and listen to his leader, listen to his father. That's why it's not fair to follow.
Okay.
It's not a political leader to follow. It's like father's father. He's like a son to President Weah. So President Weah should still go by his decision. We should still talk to father, all of us. Let father see a reason to come back.
Okay.
Let us be united. Let us look father as to the concept.
Okay. Thank you so dearly. Thank you so kindly. Let's take 30 seconds at least. Everybody talks more. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, the lines are jamming. Good evening. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Joseph Fala, calling from Douala.
Go ahead, fella.
Yeah, Tumfa is more than a betrayal.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to the female line. We have time. Good evening.
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, I come a brand calling for Nancy basketball court. Look, I too happy with my beloved president, as I always say. That's a political liar. What can I say? Water spoon. That man, they still lie. They take the king to power. It was the same lie. He started to lie on our beloved school presidency. That President Weah is beyond a removal of our speaker. That's why I told them today. I was honestly, I was there today. I came and play as soon as the legislature. Constitution breaker like girl, I like baby, I like mate. They poor wicked, but come with policy. And as I say, I still say until the last time, I say, put me on record. There will be more money to leave, something to the now. And they go, someone follow Molu. Unfortunately enough, God will show us that we are all back at local day, all wetty black. Thank you for having me because for time. Let God bless for president. Thank you.
Let's take one more day. Good evening.
Good evening, Warrior. This
Yeah,
is my now recording from St. Paul Street.
Yeah.
Warrior, I want to tell Madam Manneh President, how you doing? Hello, how you coming on? My son, that God bless you and strengthen you. You are peacemaker. You know how to talk to people. When you talk, the cold water can get on people's heart. Me, I knew ever since when all people die in Lofa for Thomas Farabini, it. So it moved me. I knew you were going to do something like that. I knew you were going to go different way. I knew. Then when one sit down, that why American people looking for him, they're waiting for him when it's day for him to go jail. Then he get nothing to talk. He can be lying on President Weah.
Okay.
Well, I tell you, thank you so much. That they will move that Thomas Farabini.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the draw, the draw. We're doing the draw at the same time. We're doing the draw. We have done 3 draws. So 3 lucky numbers have already emerged as lucky winner with 3,000 Liberian dollars. 3 numbers already. Time is not in our favor. So let's see how we can take a few more calls on the line. Let me take one. Good evening. What happened to this line? I'll take some of your lines, Jimmy. Good evening. Hello? I don't know what's happening to this line, but let's come on.
We can take a few more calls
Good evening.
On the line, let me take one. Hey. Good evening. How you doing, bro? And see, how you doing?
Okay, your name, where you calling from?
There is Mel. I'm the type of calling from USA, Washington State.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been following the discussion from the former president. Just to let you guys to avoid the situation that they shouldn't get angry.
Mm-hmm.
Let it take time and see how they will address the situation. No one is bigger than CDC. Even if the former president says he's not bigger than CDC, the CDC is a grassroots party. President Weah can leave, another person will come in. Somebody can leave, another person will come and cover the space. We started the party from 2004. From the first chairman Madron Wito. I was one of the younger men morning before the board is tough me. So those guys that kind of want to destroy the party. They are doing at their own degree and they cannot destroy CDC.
Okay. CDC
is a generation party. You born your child today, the eye open on CDC. You born your child today, when the eye open, the next in the CDC. So you cannot destroy CDC. It's just that we have to hold together and then be strong and develop our mind, our attitude to get stronger and take leadership authority.
Thank you.
So there's no bad. For example, on the CDC, even the speaker, he met people in CDC. So they will come and go, and people will say, "Come to CDC."
Thank you.
As the president said, people left. Central election they left, and 2011 election they came back. 2017, someone left, and they say come back again. So my dear, but there's now a strange thing.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Hello.
Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm still calling you from Sopini this evening. How you doing?
Well, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we want to appreciate the former President George Weah for calling on King FM this night to talk to the Liberian people on the removal of Speaker J. Fonati Kofa. What we want to say to the president, the former president, our president who served this country for 6 years, he has to be very careful because the mayor Tomo Fala is not a small man in the party. And we all know what Tomo Fala did for CDC in Lopa County. So this one, you people are telling all that. The president is betraying Tomo Fala because the people Tomo Fala taught to in Lopa County to vote for CDC, they believe in Tomo Fala.
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello?
You know where you calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, what's your name?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Fatoma Nyuma. I'm calling you from Electoral District number 1, Lofa County.
Go ahead.
We want to say thank you to our president. We have followed up the interview. We want to say thank you to him. But the fortunate part is we need to understand that the president says Thomas Pangafala is a betrayer. I want to signal this to our former president.
You didn't listen, leader. Don't go and waste my time. You're the same man calling. You didn't listen, you're not listening. Let's come to the female line. Good evening.
Good evening.
You know where you calling from?
My name is Grace Speaker. I'm calling from Stevenson. I just want to say hello to my dynamic president. Also, thank you for that terrific part. Thank you. Some of us, we believe in you. We trust in you. So we're speaking over their lives because we keep lying to the people and the foolish Liberian people keep believing it. But thank you, Papa. May God bless you. May God give you long life. May you live to deep. Thank you so much. Thank God bless you. Well, we are saying thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. One more from the female line. Good evening. Hello?
Patient,
go ahead.
Yeah. I think what you have to hear my president speaking. Because they sit down and they put their talking, say, how like you don't want behind the removal of that. If they begin me to feel bad when they're talking bad about it, man, they can really help me. So I really thank God I hear him speaking tonight. And I'm blessed for so much. What we ever place in air, God will bless him, God will guide him, God will protect him, God protection all way with him. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, thank you so much. So you can keep playing. Of course, at 10 o'clock, we we go at 10 o'clock. But let me squeeze quickly Cyrus McGee. Let me take Cyrus McGee on the line. Yes. I know you're calling my private number for me. You don't call the station number. Hello?
Hey, boss here.
Yeah, Mr. McGee?
How are you, Chief?
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's good to be live and talking to you. I'd like to say thanks to you and AB for such a wonderful work. And it's good to see the former leader, talking to his people, talking on the national issues that concern Liberians. It's good that Ambassador Weah can come out, and we hope that, he can make it a regular thing to talk to his people. People want to hear from him. No? We think that those behind this must respect the laws, follow the rule of law, see whether they can come back to chambers and make sure that if you want to do something, do it the right way. If you not to work, the Liberian people cannot be paying these people all this amount of money, and they are not working in the interest of the people. So it is good that Ambassador Weah can come out and speak to those issues, and people from his party, the CDC that are in this, they would need to be party discipline, know that the interest of the people matters, and they should listen to their leaders. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you so much, Maggie. Thank you so much for being our part. We try to find a way possible to get. It's not easy to get everybody on the line. It's not really easy. It's not really easy. Really easy. It's not really easy. Go. Let's see. Yes, try to squeeze everybody. Yeah. Wow. Let's see if this line. We can get somebody. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you know where you calling from?
I'm Oyo Johnson calling from Semisecond.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just say thank you to my beloved President, Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah, the leadership role that he's been playing in the country over the year. And for Thomas P. Father, let me say to him, he can go if days are no more, a president, a accent in CDC. CDC remains strong, so let Thomas Father go, and I recommend his suspension, and he should be expelled from that party. These are the guys that are supporting that party. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Let me go. I'll just do one more there, and I'll take one more from the other side. Hello? Hello? The line really difficult. You call asking again. Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. You know where you calling from?
Yeah. Me, let Thomas Father go because I'm challenging that man. West Point, Water Street, Broad Street, TSP, Kidnap Street. They didn't know Father like me. I'm challenging that man. I'm moving from there. So when that man move up.
It's easy, baby. You made your point already, yeah? Good evening.
Hello?
You know where you calling from?
I'm Mother Crossman calling from New Georgia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be on board. Why he happened? People they know. And it is they should know 2011 what happened. They should know 2011 what happened. They should know for 2025 what happened. And someone said that it's not CDC. CDC is a grassroots party. CDC is for the people. And for my first step, I have honestly all that the fire door, but let it be me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. So the time we did 3 draws, and it's automatic. The $3,000 Liberian dollars, it's automatic. You receive it already. 3 lucky numbers. Time is not in our favor. The calls are many. We are overwhelmed, and will not be able to take everybody. Probably you want to
yeah, it's Representative Moses Akara's grade, former Representative Moses Akara grade. I would like for you to just check your phone or just call him or direct. He has a response because he has been calling for the expulsion. I think he wants to say something. Moses Akara's grade. Grade, yeah. So that he can speak, so that the president will listen to him. Yeah. If you have his number, you can just pull him through the line.
Yeah, you can just put him through the line so that he can, because it was his line of push for expulsion. He's been an executive of the party, or he's an executive of the party. They know whether procedurally that's what the president spoke to, whether that's the process they normally follow. Would like to hear from him on that. And it's very important. Yeah, so while you are doing that, so on Moses Gray, Akara Gray, sorry. Yeah, please, Israel Boy, we see is calling you direct on your direct line. And Jerome Tale Gawo Bre says that 2 police officers, yeah, I saw that on TV. I'm trying to share that 2 police officers 40. I know we're gonna see it happen in this country. So Israel, your trial, we'll come back to you there because the country and now people 40.
You want to real 40?
They were 40 was said they get a cup for 2 police 40. But the whole guy in the country, but man, happy would that be for the issue?
I call him Mr. Gray. He's not picking up. So I think you have to contact him. I'm calling him. He's not picking up.
Yeah, you have to to just get he I sent as
just send him a number.
Send your contact to him. Yeah. So let me call you and I so that we can just hear from you and we just close. Yeah.
But that fight, the police, they want it's an extra. They fight, you can really know that about 2 fighters, and it's not a small fight.
Is it a funny power? Yeah.
Police fighting a real one.
I don't know what in the photo yet or in the country as well.
I will let what we stay away. The way to call. Let's squeeze it. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
I think. You got to see a car right
No, he hasn't called yet. I'm waiting for his call.
Hello.
Everybody won't call. I'm still waiting for his call.
Hassan Kone, I don't know whether that is Hassan Kone who's a referee or whatever. Yeah, okay. No problem. Okay, yeah.
Trying to see if we can get him.
So, yeah, so I think you know
all right, I got Honorable Gray. Avi, I got Honorable Gray on the line. Yeah.
All right, so let's hear from you, and we can go.
Good evening.
Good evening. Israel, how are you?
Yeah, we're okay.
And let me say good evening to Abby. I thank you guys for the brilliant interview.
All right.
It was a great interview. Basically, again, let me just quickly reiterate. While I listened to my president, President Weah very well, when he spoke about the issue of providing due process, and also presenting Thomas Farah to the Grievance and Ethics Committee. I believe that these processes are very important. I said that today on air, that the Grievance and Ethics Committee, I'm going to submit a communication to them on the violation by Deputy Speaker Thomas Farah. Thomas Farah action, for me, I'm not going to mention my word. It's a despicable act of betrayal, an extreme despicable act of betrayal. He deserves an expulsion from the party. I believe so. And once he goes through the due process, the evidence is compelling. I even doubt whether Thomas Farah will even come. Thomas Farah is gone, as far as I'm concerned. We grew up in the city together. We were taking good care of. In fact, if some of you don't know, that in 2005, the payment of the fees for all citizen lawmakers who contested on the party of the ticket, it was personal money of 500 US each paid for all lawmakers to contest on the CDC ticket. So we all have a history of this party. And this president taking us from somewhere and bringing us to become someone, a national decision maker. Like I said today on air, that Father came from the playing field, and I came from Raspberry Valley. Muna came from another era. Where we have a history of commonality from coming from the disadvantaged community to become somebody to lead our people. The action of Father to go on the party ground and commit that he will not betray the party, he will stand on the side of the law, along with Speaker Fanatic Kofa. And the lawmakers in support of the law. And in 48 hours, someone sought for his commitment and his voice. Such characters cannot be trusted. What Father did to them, let me tell you what keep provoking me. I'm going to be very clear. 5 CDC lawmakers who are standing by the law of Fanatic Kofa, Father had a gust of presiding over an illegal session to provide a mandate to those 5 CDC lawmakers, calling them for investigation, because at the end of the day, the tactics is to suspend or expel all 5 lawmakers. No sound sedition will sit and support an illegal group of people who presiding in a session that is illegal to suspend our people. You're talking about Abu Banan Kamara. You're talking about Foko. You're talking about Melvin Cole. And you two other Papi, the other guy from Sando County. You're talking about suspending them? What kind of bravery is that? Where Father getting this parish from? Can you imagine that? Let me say this to you. I will say it. I mean, a lot of people don't like to hear it. But for Father to sit after people want to go beg him to a house and say, Father, don't do this to us. And you say that your family decision, that your family put you on CDC ticket, that my family put me on CDC ticket. Yo, let me tell you, I feel so bad. I don't feel hype, but I feel bad. The guy who died in Lofa County, he was gruesomely murdered. Nimale provided an order to murder that man. Father locked everything in his home. In my country, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the phone that day in Nimma County and was talking to Father and telling him to remain in the house and calling on people, calling on the national security apparatus to provide maximum security protection when Tama was murdered in his house. They killed that boy in that place and they beat the body in a dead body. The guys beat the dead body in a house, dragged that body and paraded it. And for Father to have the courage to be rolling with Mel and Nimale, then who ordered the execution of our partisan. You know what you're talking about?
Well,
that's evil. That being callous.
Quickly before
that extremely evil.
Quickly before we leave.
That extremely evil. People quick to forget where they come from. People quick to forget where they come from. Okay? Father is accountable to us. I can tell you this. I'm one of those who advocated for him to be deputy speaker. I was proposing Father to be speaker. But because of the ascendancy position and the discipline the president spoke about, we say, okay, for now, to a deputy, you will go for that. You know what I mean, to become deputy speaker of the country, and you hold matters against people in CDC, and you know how many seditions were taking all a job. Father should have let a struggle for those EPS officers to be paid. There are over 500 people that they laid down from the executive mansion on supplementary payroll. Father should have led that argument because of where he comes from. Seditions that are meant taking all a job. People with tenure position. They have the power. Father should have been leading that struggle. Do you know how many seditions lost their jobs? That you're fighting a speaker to remove a CDC speaker. Do you even know how many seditions who work with him will lost their job? Can you imagine that?
Okay.
Is that what Father is saying? When you talk, then they say, oh, you drink consultants with I can work with Fanatic Kofa. Let me tell you this. I can now work in Unity Party government and never take a job in any branch of government for them.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter here is that expulsion It's very important for Father, once it goes through the due process, Father is born, Father is talking to the people in the ruling party, Father wants to be vice president under Jeremiah Kuhn, Father must leave us.
Okay.
If Father cannot leave us, Father will be subjected to investigation, and the outcome of the investigation, we all will support it, and we'll push the National Executive Committee of the CDC to investigate Father.
Thank you.
Father is not a sacred card in the CDC, and action must be taken against it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gray. Thank you so